Sleep. I'm not reading the Google definition, so here's a little bit of lore for ya. I used to have this friend called Yumi Kai, which is now Cosmo Kai. Been a while since I've seen her channel. So anyway, sleep. She actually did talk about this in a video, and I was like, yeah, makes sense, but have you guys ever slept with a machine on? Usually people do that when they have like a medical condition or, in the hospital, hooked up to life support and stuff like that. Last night, I was sort of hooked up to a machine. I'll tell you later. Anyway, I'll actually need to tell you my schedule for later. Next week, I'm just going to do nothing but Christmas talk videos. Because, tis the season to be jolly. Or I can do it tomorrow, because it's Friday. Yeah, I'll do that. Anyway. So, sleep is very important because, it keeps you alive, it makes you feel refreshed. Sleep does a lot to the human body, and that's good. That's what sleep is supposed to be like, I think. But, sleep can also be a bit, now, as teenagers do, they like to oversleep, and weirdly enough, I wasn't like that. I would just get up at, a reasonable time, 6 or 5 o'clock a.m., and start my day. Granted, I'll be a little bit more tired when it hits 9 or 10 at night, but that's when I go to bed, so, So, what does sleep do? It keeps you refreshed. It's really hard to say, but sleep can benefit everyone's lives. However, some schedules won't allow us to sleep past 6 hours, which is concerning. No wonder America's failing. Because of college, work, and, etc. Luckily, I don't have that lifestyle yet. But yeah, it sucks. And then we got, places that actually allow you to sleep. There's jobs that let you sleep like during the day, such as my stepfather. Because if you work at night, what are you going to do in the day? Sleep. So yeah, sleep is very important to the human body. But if you don't sleep, everything is screwed. There's a lot of things that could happen if you don't sleep, and a lot of bad things, so I recommend that you don't stay up past 3 a.m. or heck 12 a.m. It's good to get a good amount of sleep. But, oh boy. And then we got comas, which are sleeps kind of that happened like while you're... This was really hard. Comas are just, in a deep sleep. However, you cannot wake up for it for like a long time. Usually it can happen from when you hit your head hard or other reasons, but I think that's the main reason. I'm not a doctor. Anyway, you're probably wondering why I'm talking about sleep. Well, I was supposed to talk about the Grinch today, but something came up. So, sleeping disorders. Apparently, I have sleep apnea. Or, I think I do. Look, I'm not self-diagnosing yet. So, when I sleep, my parents notice that I snore a lot and do that, that sound when you're not breathing. Yeah, that. And I thought, that's weird. Which is actually signs of sleep apnea. So, I took this sleep study and, I don't want to talk about it yet. Let's talk about the types of sleep disorders. There's one where you just fall asleep, like, on command, which is really dangerous if you're living day to day. Imagine if you're in New York and then you're like, oh, time to sleep. Exactly, you get trampled. But yeah, that's a real disorder. I forgot what it's called, but apparently that's a disorder. Well, it looks like it could be. Just imagine you're living your day-to-day life, and like, oop, time to sleep. Like, it's not even a joking matter. That's actually kind of concerning. It's very scary just to know that some people live day-to-day just like, oh, time to sleep. I think the scary part is that it happens randomly, so yeah. Another one is sleepwalking, which is actually pretty common, but there's also sleep eating and other stuff, which, how are you supposed to do that when you're unconscious? Must be very painful, but I don't think I ever sleepwalked before, but there's a few people that have, and that's, whew, holy crap. It's really actually just really common. I don't think it's that dangerous unless you have stairs, but ooh, this must be a pain to deal with. Just when you're, going to sneak out, get some cheese for your 3 a.m. snack, and then you see someone walking, you're like, don't rob me. But then it's just your family member sleepwalking. Very, very funny. Very funny. Another thing we got is nightmares. Not really a sleep disorder, but I decided to put it in here. Sleep disorders is... Wait, what? Sleep disorders? Let me rewire my brain. Alright, nightmares is very common. Usually it happens when your mind is producing, actually. It's like a free horror movie that your mind produces. Alright. But nightmares can be anything, from the fear of falling, throwing out teeth and stuff, and they actually symbolize something. I think the one where you throw up teeth, like lose teeth by sneezing, is the fear of getting old. And falling is common, and I forgot what that one is, but I think it's losing control of your life. So yeah, I like how psychology has these meanings for dreams. Alright, before I get to my main story, we actually watched this Netflix show, me and my family, called Slumberland, and, what the heck? Like, seriously, this kind of reminds me of a live-action Disney movie done right. If I compare it to any, Disney movie, I can't really tell. The main character's name is Nemo, and instead of spoiler alert for a Netflix movie, instead of, her dying or her siblings dying that apparently she doesn't have, her dad dies. Yep, that's Disney. And then she goes to a strange world with this dude while she's sleeping that's supposed to be her uncle, and yeah, I feel like this is a lost Disney movie that someone just stole and made a live action movie of. I don't know if that's just me or not. Anyway, time for the worst night of my life. So I had to be hooked up to this machine where it goes around my waist, a thing to put my finger in, and something to hang around and then put next to my nose. And I had to sleep like that. It was pain. I woke up 3 times that night because of how uncomfortable it was. And every time I wake up, I'm like, is it 5? No, it's not. I had to wear it for at least 6 hours, and it sucked. At least to turn it off and turn it on and put it on, it wasn't that difficult, but it was still uncomfortable. I didn't even last 6 hours. I was in the middle of the night, I'm like, I'm done. Screw it. And put the thing away. This is what it looks like, by the way. Here you go. Yeah, it looks complicated. I don't want to talk about this anymore. I know it was, a short story, but doing the sleep study was kind of pain. Though, in the end, sleep is important and you should get it. I hate sleep so much. I also took psychology one time in school, so that's why I know all about these sleep disorders, even if I don't know half of the names. So yeah. The thing I really hate is waking up with headaches, though. That sucks. Especially if you have a headache that night. Just carries on and just, ugh. But anyway, sleep is important. Get lots of it. And if you don't have time, try to savor all that sleep. I'm Zick Result. Goodbye. Don't bother me.